Fixxx on Dash Radio. Get the sugar.
What's goody? What's goody? It's another week with the Fixxx. You're here with Codigo Red, and I'm here with my boy Jay Wealth.
That's right. And we got Stevie running just a little late. He's coming off the flight. But when he get in here, he gonna slide in and do his thing as usual.
Of course. But, I want to tease you guys into these hot topics that we're going to have into our second hour. So we have rumors of Tupac, I guess he's chilling on the beach or something overseas. And then we got R. Kelly. R. Kelly's ex-wife coming to the front, telling a little testimony. We got Mozzie dropped a new album called Landlord.
Okay.
And then we have The Dream coming back. Eminem featuring his new song in the movie Venom.
Okay.
I hope you guys go see that because I definitely want to go see Spider-Man's new movie.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man. I want to see an evil.
That's your thing? Spider-Man movie?
I like Superman. Okay. But Spider-Man's dope.
I like Batman. Batman
like
had all the mansions and the cars and the chicks.
Batman to me is a little bootleg superhero.
And he do be getting his ass whooped in the beginning of the movies, though.
Bro, just be a human, okay?
Yeah.
You trying to do too much,
Yeah.
Then we also have Kanye West, of course, doing his quote-unquote deeds. And then we have a little politics for you guys. And then McGregor is having his fight. Yeah. With some Russian normal golf stick.
I don't think he's going to win this one.
I don't even know how to say his name.
I don't think he's going to win this one, though.
You don't think he's going to win?
Nah, man. To that break off getting that Mayweather money from that fight, I think it's going to sink in on this one.
I feel like they're at a level now because they're fighters. They're professional fighters. They get all this money. And it's just a look they have to have. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I love McGregor. He's really confident. Sometimes a little overconfident, I feel like.
Yeah.
But he can fight. I mean, he's lost a couple fights, but I mean, out of most people, he's been doing well. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, but that 2-year break from the UFC fighting, that's gonna be rough.
I know.
Because the other dude been active the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Know.
So
the other dude was wrestling bears when he was a kid. I watched a video. His dad had him wrestling bears when he was 5.
Are you serious?
Yes.
See,
there's a video online of him wrestling bears.
That'd be enough for me to tap out before the fight even pop up. Fuck that
I
shit.
just hope McGregor doesn't decide to paint his wall in his boxing gym fighting him or whatever, because he did that with Mayweather and he lost.
Now, is this the dude that McGregor threw the shit on the bus?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, it's about to get real.
You know what? I'm going to introduce you guys who we have on today. I have with me the comedian, the actor, Alex Thomas.
Thank you. I didn't want to start talking yet. I was like, am I going to get introduced or am I just going to
No, we want to give you a proper introduction.
Because, I'm a comedian. I got something to say about every single topic y'all say. But I'm like, okay, I must not be here yet. I'm going to let them do their thing first.
What you think's going to happen?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
Good. We happy to have you here.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy. Can we talk? Can we cuss?
You can do all
you
that.
can say whatever you want.
I will be able to talk shit with you guys for anything and everything that comes up. As a comic, that's part of our job.
Yeah.
To just talk mess about anything and everything that's going on in the news. So, can I just say I love your name?
Thank you.
Super dope. Now, I just met you 30 seconds ago, but I have to ask this question. Do you get are you related to Rihanna? Are you her cousin? I mean, there's so, even the tone, because I know her personally. So I'm like, the tone, kind of like the look, you know what I mean? Am I the first person to say this?
No, you're not. I get this. I either get Rihanna, SZA, or sometimes I'll get a Nicki, but I don't really want to be compared to Nicki. I mean, she cool, she good in her little platform, but I prefer the Rihanna compliment. I prefer
not a bad person to be compared to.
I love Rihanna.
She's on top of her game.
She's She's one of the baddest artists out here.
Come on now. Especially,
one of the baddest.
Yeah, one of the best this generation has to offer.
Yeah.
But enough about Rihanna. What about you?
I'm just working. I'm staying busy. I did 41 cities this year.
Yeah.
Doing stand-up. I got a new animated series coming on next month on Netflix. It's Netflix first urban animated series.
And that's going to be how many episodes?
64 episodes. Yeah. It's called Motown Live. It's the whole history of Motown. Everybody from the Jackson 5 to Stevie Wonder to, the two biggest catalogs in music history is the Beatles and Motown.
Yeah.
So Smokey Robinson's executive producer.
Okay.
I'm one of the stars on the show. I was on Family Guy for 10 years doing a lot of cartoons.
Yeah.
So this is kind of one of the tricks in my bag. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of bags, you got a bag line too, right?
Why you got to bring that up? How'd you even know about that?
Hey man, we do our research around here.
Oh
know
my
You know,
of it.
we a little
God.
disappointed we didn't see you bring us a gift though.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, damn. I mean,
You
do
know-
you know my blood type? And do I need to do fingerprints and urine samples up in there? Yes, it's called the Louis Stewart Collection. We're the only black-owned, high-end luxury accessory line in the world. If you're on
Okay.
Instagram, you can look at Mr. Louis Stewart. The website is thelouisstewartcollection.com. We have over 300 guys in the NFL, NBA, football, basketball, baseball, everybody from Rihanna to Justin Bieber to we did President Obama's custom briefcase when he was in office. It's crazy. It's a beautiful line. So you can check
So what
that
made
out.
you want to go from the comedy world and doing, films and everything to, get into the bags and all that?
You know what, man? To be honest with you, I'm no different like a Jay-Z or a Diddy. And what I mean by that is the world knew them and know them as hip-hop artists and, two of the greatest in the hip-hop world, right?
Yeah.
Then they flipped it into the fashion world. They had two of the biggest urban clothing lines ever, which was Rockaware and Sean John, right?
Yeah.
They just thought out the box. They were always fly guys. I've always been a fly guy. Always loved bags. I'm one of those black entertainers that had every Gucci and Louis Vuitton bag there ever was, like anybody. One of my jokes I used to do back in the day, I say, Gucci and Louis Vuitton come in the rich nigga handbook. Like everything on the planet, when you were broke, you couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Two stores you go to right when you get money, worldwide, and you're black,
Yeah.
is the Gucci and Louis Vuitton store.
You start off with the belt.
Yeah,
Never
you start off with
lied.
the belt and the wallet, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I've been there, done that. There had never been a high-end luxury accessory line owned by black people.
Yeah, it's true.
And actually, without giving you the too crazy of a story, I actually was Louis Stewart's first client. He was actually one of the only black designers at Louis Vuitton for 5 years.
Okay.
He left Louis Vuitton, started his own high-end custom accessory line called the Louis Stewart Collection. I was actually the first to buy from him. I loved it so much, I invested in him. I invested $150,000 of my own money in 2009, and we did $10 million in 9 years.
Damn.
Wow.
So, outside of me being the actor, comedian, I'm a businessman. But I'm
what's
real
up.
low key. I'm not the dude that's trying to be all up in the video. You're not gonna drive down the street and see me on the billboard or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not a model. I know my lane. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just, thought outside the box. Outside of just being an actor or comedian, there's a lot of other ways.
Yeah. And that's
To,
dope. That's dope
yeah,
to keep
yeah.
you relevant is reinventing yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? I think a lot of people get stuck in that box. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
and then people think that they faded out, but they're not trying to reinvent themselves.
You
to
have to
keep going.
constantly do that.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. Like I'm going on 25 years in the entertainment business this month. So I'm celebrating this month. My birthday,
Yeah.
I'm celebrating this month and 25 years of being in the
Okay.
entertainment business. So
Okay.
that's a blessing into, it's crazy because I was a writer on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
I wrote 4 seasons of that show, 93 to 97. And what's crazy is our last episode was 1997, right? So when I see a kid that's 17, 18, 19, 20 right now, and their favorite show to this day is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it makes me feel good because it shows like their entire life was reruns.
Yeah.
And it still stands to this day. It still comes on every day also.
Yeah.
So it's been an amazing journey from being behind the scenes. I said all that to kind of say off what you said. I'm like the epitome of a whole lot of ways you can make money in entertainment.
Yeah.
Whether I was in front of it in all my movies and TV shows, or if it was writing, or if it was stand up, or if it was cartoon, just being an entrepreneur.
I think
That's the move.
I think one thing I like about you is the movies that you've been in. When it's a role that it's not like the primary role,
Right,
he
right,
still
right, right.
stands out. Like
Yeah,
when he was
the
on the
hood
wash.
classics.
Yeah, when he was on the wash, super comedy.
I know,
He's
I
like, I
love
got a
that
boo
movie.
boo. That shit is comedy.
I was high as hell in that movie.
I bet.
Because every one of my scenes was with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And he uses real weed during the scenes.
Oh, okay.
I was like, dude, I smoke sometimes. I'm what you call a recreational weed smoker. Like if somebody goes, Alex, you smoke weed? I'd be like, nigga, if you have some. I'm not the dude that has the weed man on speed dial. There's not a pound in the Range Rover outside.
Yeah.
I don't smell like weed and shit. You know what I mean? But if you have some, I'll hit it with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's every scene. But it's like you said, man. Every role I had, I just tried to take advantage of it and maximize it. You know, whether it was that or Players Club with me and Ice Cube. And it's like, hey, man, it wasn't a starring role, but it's a role people will never forget.
Yeah.
You know, Two Could Play That Game, The Waz, the Jamie Foxx Show. You know, list goes on and on. So I just try to stay busy.
Do you have an equal love for being in front of the camera as much as being behind the camera?
I love being in front of the camera. There's nothing like being in front of the camera. Being behind the camera is great. It's great money. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. It keeps you working. But there's nothing like being in front of the camera. It's just a cool thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stand-up is nothing like stand-up comedy, too. Because that's just that instant gratification.
What's with the stand-up comedy world right now? It's becoming like the beefs and all that. It's like, man.
I never got caught up into it, dude.
Yeah, like I think it should be a time where everybody should be like celebrating, man. Like it's just going to a higher level, like every year.
I kick back and I just kind of watch and I'm entertained by these dudes. Yeah. All those dudes kind of looked up to me. You know, Kat, Kevin, you know, Mike. They all, you know, they were all young guys coming up after when I started, right? And I know them all. I know them all well. I just kind of look back and laugh. And unfortunately now, the bad thing about that is we're living in this social media world and you feel like maybe I can kick up some dust, start talking some shit and mess, and maybe that could help me. Like, let's say Kevin's the leader right now. Not mad at him. I love what he's done for our sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the best thing for him is to kind of not address it and just to continue to lead by example. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you've seen all the interviews and I'm not gonna say anything bad about.
Pissed lately.
Yeah, he's been a little pissed lately, and he's kind of letting. And I've talked to him several times. Like, you know, don't let that get to you, dude. It's like it's almost like being around Dr. Dre all these years that I've been around him. He's like, sometimes I don't even address these dudes. It's like that's like addressing the gum under the bottom of your shoe.
Yeah, I like that.
You've proven yourself.
Yeah.
You know what you could do. The world knows. The other people, they're kicking and crawling and scratching because they, you know, things might not be going as well for them.
True.
So they feel like I got to do something. You know, it's not to say those other guys aren't funny. It's just it kind of shows your jealousy and your envy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've always thought about like, yo, I'm not trying to be like anybody. I don't need to put other people down to boost myself up. I don't need to. No, you come see me live. You'll know who's funny and who's still here.
Yeah.
25 years later, and we'll go in any room worldwide and rip the roof off that bitch and get a standing ovation.
Yeah.
Your work kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah. So I'm curious to know your thoughts and opinions on Kanye West. He's been in the media a lot. He's doing a lot of silly shit.
A lot of silly shit.
I'm not a fan of him. You know, I'm pretty blunt about how I feel about him every week on the show.
Okay.
Soon as everybody in the studio hears Kanye West, all the eyes look at me like they know I'm about to eat his ass up.
I'm in such a weird position. And I'm just gonna be honest with you right here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna exaggerate. I would say in the last 5-6 months, I've done 40 podcasts. From Maine to Spain.
Yeah.
from New York to Detroit to everywhere there's a podcast radio. And the question I get, I'm always getting questions about the people who are my friends. And I know them all. You think I've been in this business 25 years.
Yeah.
Kanye only did one funny video in the whole history of Kanye West, and I wrote the damn video.
Damn.
Kanye's workout plan. I know y'all remember Kanye's workout plan.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I remember
that's
that.
the first time he came to me. Alex, I'm a big fan. You funny, so I want to do something funny. It was right after Jesus Walks. You know what I mean? We had a cool relationship ever since before. I'm not trying to not mention a whole lot of it before. A lot of the mess and different people come. There's certain people in his life that have always been through there from the beginning. I've been around him from the beginning. And yes, he's went off on the deep end. Yes, he's known for his mouth outside of his amazing music that he's making. One thing you cannot take away from that dude, and I don't care if you hate his fucking guts, you bobbed your head to some of his hits. Whether not all of them, but some of them, right? Social media has really, it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
It's amazing for when it's amazing, but it's horrible for when you fuck up and things go bad and things go left. Because the same way they know about your hit song, they know about all your mess.
Yeah.
I think he screamed out for a lot of attention. I think I was one of those people when the Donald Trump stuff came up. I was like, well, other people are like, I hate this nigga. I'm going, this nigga is brilliant.
What?
You know what he's doing? You know what he's doing? It's like I'm reading The Bully. He said, how can I have a brand new album coming out this week.
Yeah.
How can I put my name in everybody's mouth? Don't you know if every artist on the planet, I don't give a fuck if you started rapping last week or you've been rapping for 15 years, you're trying to figure out a way, how can I market? How can I get the world to either stream or buy my music? We're all trying to figure that out, right? That nigga figured it out.
So you
Whether
saying
you like him or you hate him.
creating controversy draws the attention to.
I'm not saying so do that. You're new and you're watching. Do that. No, I'm not. I'm saying it's a way.
Yeah.
You know, we've heard since the beginning of time. I don't care if you got in this business last week. Sometimes bad publicity is great publicity.
True.
It's kind of the fact that you're talking about.
But we've seen, like, remember when 50 Cent first came out?
That was his lane.
Yeah, but
to kick up dust.
I think what Kanye West is playing with is real dangerous, though. Like the "Make America Great Again" stuff.
It's dangerous, and yes, it could backfire.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, nowadays it's all about streams.
It could it is backfiring.
Yeah, it's pow, pow, pow.
Right.
It's backfiring like
but
a
if you
motherfucker.
guys knew, the average person, I just met you guys, so I don't know, but I'm just going to say like a blanket statement. Us in this room, we might know the ins and outs of this business, but to the rest of the world, they don't know the word analytics. You all know what analytics is.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's almost like the way streams is now, if excuse my language, let me just play something out with you. I mean, man, fuck your mama, nigga. Like the worst thing I could ever say, right? You might want to kill me, whatever, but for the fact that I said that and you didn't know who I was before, and you can't really touch me,
Yeah.
let me go hear this nigga's song and see what he's talking about. Thanks for the stream, nigga.
Yeah, sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you hate me, I hate you, I want to kill you, nigga. Be like, hey, you hear that new nigga? Let me hear this shit, nigga. Thank you.
So,
Whatever
okay.
that amount. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying I would go about it that way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for the fact that the world is talking about him, and he's already, it's not like the dude is broke.
Yeah.
Nigga, if he never put out one step, that nigga didn't do a jingle.
So how you feel
he'd be
about
okay.
how you feel about his current music though?
It's not the music that it used to be.
Okay.
I'm being very honest.
Yeah.
Because I love Kanye and I like his music. I could go over a ton of stuff. I think it was better when he first came up. I think that's why he is admitting to a lot of things and trying to flip it and go back, because a lot of the people that was in his life at the beginning, after he's hit this all-time low in his world, he's going back to the basics. It's kind of like you got to go back to like, dude, you know, the whole sunken place thing and the Kardashian curse and people like, you left us, Kanye. What are you doing? I think in his quiet time, he's like, nigga, what got me on? What how did I get this success before all that? He's trying to go back to that now. Now, yes, he's lost a lot of people on the way. A lot of people. Fuck Kanye. I'll never fuck with Kanye again. But there's some people who are like, you know what? He deserves a second chance. Let's see what this next thing, because a lot of it was garbage. You know what I mean? But if you're still living, I believe, if you ain't killed nobody, you deserve a second chance, and you can change. Even the average person is broke with no money, you can change your life around. And a superstar can change his life. I mean, he's kind of went through something that we never thought we'd hear him say, I feel bad and I'm sorry and what was I thinking and da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? The attempts that he's making in this last month shows you maybe he did kind of see the light a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it did hurt him.
I think with his fan base too, I think everybody's not really giving up on him. We want to see the old Kanye. I think everybody's knowing like he's just making a mistake right now, but it's just like, damn, this is a huge ass mistake. Like, what are you thinking? You know, cause like me personally, I like the old Kanye.
Of course.
Like this new shit with the Skid Row clothes he be selling and all that shit. I ain't feeling all that.
Yeah, no, and I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. It's kind of amazing how when you get to that level, you can literally sell a trash bag. You can put your name on a napkin. You can put your name on a napkin and say the napkin costs $1,300.
Yeah.
Right?
And niggas buy it.
And niggas be like, that's that Yeezy napkin though, nigga. Hey, throw this mustard on your face, wipe that shit off with a Yeezy napkin, nigga. You know what I mean? Your complexion will be better, nigga. You know what I mean? Yes, it's crazy. It's smoke and mirrors, and yes, he really tripped out for a while.
Yeah.
I knew him and his mom. I saw how it changed. I saw how
that hurt.
things happen in his life, and I'm like, wow, this dude is kind of unfolding right in front of us. You know what I mean? But I guess the whole live and learn type thing. You know, he can't go backwards with the Kardashians. Man, he got 3 babies?
Yeah,
you know, you can't take that
two
back.
twins and a daughter.
Yeah,
right?
you can't take that back, and you know what I mean? But before the new generation that'll buy a $700 shoe that's fucking garbage. You know what I mean? Hey, that just shows the world we live in now.
Yeah.
He literally can put his name on some shit and be like, nigga, that's that shit.
Do you have a pair of Yeezys?
Not at all.
Not
And even
at all?
though he's my friend,
Yeah.
known him for years, I cannot. But I'm more mature in this business. I'm not doing shit just because every nigga on the planet is doing it. Because I'm beyond, I hate to say it, I got to be honest right now. I'm beyond the trying to impress the bitches and the women. I'm a married man. I love my wife. I get niggas,
Respect.
Nigga, as long as she loves me and I'm fly and sexy to her, nigga, everybody else can kiss my ass. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Nigga, I know I'm funny. I know I live a great life, and I'm all about being a father and bringing up my kids, but continue doing what I'm doing. So I don't fall in the just cause such and such do it now I gotta wear it. Now, nigga, you look. Can I just vent and say something real quick?
Go ahead,
Of
man.
course.
It's kind of like a new joke I'm doing on stage talking about my generation versus this new generation. I don't know how old you are, but you look like you're at least 25 to 30.
I'm 35.
Beautiful. So you're really going to recognize something I'm about to say.
Yeah.
And nigga, I noticed by looking at your whole outfit, you're really going to appreciate what I'm about to say.
All right.
Our generation,
Yeah.
nigga, you would never, I repeat, never wear Nike and motherfucking Adidas together.
Nah.
Nigga, that's like saying you're a Crip and a Blood. Do you understand?
Hell yeah.
It's either
Never did
or,
that shit.
right? I don't know
Never.
if it's the Molly and the Percocets and the Xans and the 19 drugs that niggas are on all at the same time. Now, you'll see one of these little niggas walking. This nigga got an Adidas hat on, a Nike jersey, some Reebok pants, some Balenciagas, some Gucci this, Fendi that. I'm like, nigga, are the drugs that strong now? Or is there no mirrors in your house? Are there no lights in your house? It's a different generation. I don't know if anybody in this room agrees.
No, I agree. I mean,
don't know.
I'm 21, but I have to wear a Nike with Nike, Adidas with Adidas. I just feel like you said, it's like disrespectful in my eyes if I put them together.
But you're 21, so
I'm
the
21.
21-year-old dudes that are coming under you might meet one of them 35 brands at the same time type niggas.
Oh, for sure. I've
all
already
day.
come across them.
How do you feel about when you dude tries to holler at you? and
I'm
this
not
nigga
even gonna
is-
lie. I mean, I don't want to be super judgmental to where to the point where I'm like, I know what, I'm not even gonna fuck with you because you
You have
switching up.
39 brands on right now.
Exactly.
You are screaming attention, nigga.
But it's a little bit of a turnoff, and yes,
A
it's
little bit? I mean, you're a woman, so you can only tell us what it's like. I just.
Yeah, I mean it's slightly a turnoff because I've had a boyfriend and he did that, and I was like,
Well,
yo,
what
I
I
don't
just-
want to.
what I
I
just
don't want
said?
to. Yeah, I told him I don't want to go anywhere with you if you're gonna be
Like
switching
that.
up brands. Yo, I need consistency. All right, I need one consistent.
It's
pick.
just scream. You know, it's almost like money can't buy you class. Like I think people think just because you're rich, say you're rich and I'm not, and you could walk into the Fendi store and spend $30,000 on an outfit.
Yeah.
Nigga, you can still come out looking fucked up.
Yeah.
Nigga, where I can go to the swap meet, the Beverly Center, and down the street at this little spot where I get these shoes and look fly as hell.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean just because you have money, you know, because money doesn't buy class either. You know what I mean?
That's like everybody wearing those Balenciaga shoes, those tennis
Them
shoes.
orthopedic
them
ass
shits
looking-
are trash.
But
Trash.
I'm glad you brought that up. This generation, because
Yeah.
without saying names, such and such is wearing them.
Yeah.
They must be. No, even when I was 21, nigga, if
But
something was garbage, it was garbage.
You even got niggas that's 30-something wearing them shits. There's
They're
no excuse for
trying,
that.
And that's the guy. Now you're you're taking it to the next level of what I talk about on stage.
Yeah.
That's the dude that's trying a little too hard. He don't even have his own opinion. He's just going. So Kanye wear the shit, and Justin Bieber had the hat on, and motherfucking Kuzma had the goddamn. I'm gonna throw all that shit off. God, why these little bitches got to like me? You know what I mean?
My thing is like when you see these gangster rappers wearing them Balenciaga shoes, it's like, nigga, I can't even take
Nigga, you
you
can't
serious
even do
no
a
more.
drive-by in some
I
orthopedic
saw-
shoes.
Right? I saw Lil Baby. You know Lil Baby, right? I know y'all know Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Lil
I keep my
Baby-
ear to the street.
Yes, Lil Baby had on a cool little fit, and then I looked down, he had on some Balenciagas. I was like, Nick, boy, you know you need to take those off.
Not only that, if Lil Baby got chased by the cops or even the homie, that nigga has to take those shoes off to run. Because the first of all, they look like they 30 pounds apiece. Those are the ugliest shoes I have ever seen in my life. I can't believe that somebody can fix their mouth and go, how much? 937.43.
That's like YG be wearing them them church shoes now, man. I'm like, what the fuck?
And a little mushroom on top of his head. I just
You
feel
can
like,
tell
what?
this is a very, I hate to say it, I'm not trying to sound an old nigga in the club, but this is a very confused generation. Because everybody's trying to find like their style. But what's so funny is when you're older, you see who they were picking from.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the older dude, so I'm looking like, okay, so he took a little Tupac, threw a little Marvin Gaye in there, and then he took a little LL Cool J, mixed that with some da-da-da, and they're trying to find it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but sometimes it can just be a fashion bomb.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like the whole Adidas with Nike when you say that. Because it's like you taking these, you biting styles and then trying to make them your own when you're not just doing you.
I appreciate people being creative all day.
Yeah.
I love that, but when it makes some type of sense, but when it just is crazy, like, wow.
Yeah, because when I was growing up, I looked up to like, the Death Row camp, what they was wearing. That was like t-shirts, jeans, khakis, the Chucks.
Oh,
and then it went from that to, when Jay-Z and them started really taking over the fashion game of Rockaware. But it was all normal fashion.
Right.
This shit now, though, it's like niggas getting dressed with the lights off.
So, no, exactly. So now you brought up another thing. Here's another joke I used to do. I used to do this joke, and I don't know, when throwback jerseys were huge.
Yeah.
So this is like, what, 2003 to about 5?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're 21, so do you remember throwback jerseys?
Yeah.
Okay. So throwback jerseys got so huge that it just got out of hand, right? You knew it got out of hand when you see a nigga at a wedding in a throwback jersey. Like, nigga, it's somebody's special day, nigga, and you're wearing a Magic Johnson 85 jersey, nigga. Right? So then I said, it's crazy. This is how you knew it really, really got out of hand. They were super expensive. You remember they were super expensive,
it was like, what,
right?
$300, $400
$500,
yeah.
right? So anytime in the whole history of black folks in the hood, anytime something gets real expensive, you're gonna get knockoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And you could always tell a knockoff. I said, nigga, the names were spelled wrong. Nigga, it'd be the wrong jersey number. I saw a nigga in a Charles Barkley jersey, nigga. Number 36. I'm like, nigga, you mean Charles Barkley? And he was 34, if I can believe. I said, nigga, when did you get a Jim Black jersey? His name was Jim Brown. And he was on the Browns. The jersey should be brown, nigga. You should just see fake shit left and right. Because I'm a real sports fanatic. And I was that dude that really would go to Mitchell and Ness and get the real shit.
Yeah.
So I was appalled when I would see nigga with a fake jersey and I'm wearing the same shit. I'm like, nigga, my shit costs $4.30. Nigga, your shit costs 30 cents.
I'm done with you.
I got so many jokes, nigga. No, here's another one, right? So when 50 Cent got big, when he came out, fresh news, all on the subject of fashion, right? 50 Cent came out, this brand new rapper, he's a gangster nigga. Cover of the album, niggas in the wife beater, bullet holes, shots, all this shit. So next thing you know, every nigga in America that remotely has muscles, this nigga is wife beaters all day, every day, right? Because 50 Cent, the hot niggas doing it. It used to kill me when I saw niggas that did not have the correct bodies for 50 Cent. Nigga, you're a little chubby. You're a little in the thick section, nigga. Said, you don't look like 50 Cent, nigga. You look like $1.38, nigga. That's what you look like. You just get in the gym before you put on a 50 Cent wife beater, nigga. That shit does not look right on you.
It's crazy, dude.
So, you got jokes for days, but
come on, man.
I want to know real quick, what show have you done recently?
Which one? Like TV, movies?
Comedy show.
Well, Marlon show. Marlon Wayans. I don't know if anybody's seen the show. New show, NBC. When you mean comedy, you mean me as an actor, or do you mean my stand-up?
Your stand-up.
Oh, my stand-up. Shoot, that's every weekend. Literally.
Every weekend we're at.
Literally every weekend. So
I want to come see you.
Oh yeah, you got to come see me live. Well, my next 2 shows are out of town. So next week I'm in Sacramento and Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana is the home of Michael Jackson. Where he was born. Next week in Sacramento. When I'm in town, the Laugh Factory, Comedy Store, Improv, all the usual suspect spots. But I'm majority on the road because that's where the money's at. LA is like the melting pot.
Yeah.
This is the spot where all comics, no matter what level, whether you're an amateur or you're professional like me, you need small rooms to work out new jokes. You know what I mean? So that's what you hear. If you ever hear a comic talk about workout rooms. So that's all over. That's all of the comedy. Like my hashtag is the funny don't stop. That's actually the name of my next 1 hour special. the funny don't stop.
That's what's up.
Because that's just kind of like epitomizes me as long as I've been in this business. If you know Alex Thomas, you see it ain't just on stage. Like, this is really me.
Yeah.
And you gonna laugh and the funny don't stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they can check me out on Instagram at funnyman Alex Thomas. I'm just enjoying being a dad right now too, man. I'm a brand new daddy, so I'm excited about it.
I love it.
Yeah.
How old's your child?
My daughter is 3.
3?
And my son is almost 1. Yes, my daughter's name, her name
You
is...
ain't getting no sleep.
Huh?
You ain't getting no
Right,
sleep.
no
Spend
sleep.
time. That's why I have an amazing wife and an amazing grandma / nanny. They are amazing to allow me to keep doing what I'm doing and, you know, and just be there. It's an amazing journey. I always heard about it because all my friends have kids. But a lot of times people are like, man, you just now starting?
Yeah.
Nigga, this your first kid? wait. How this your first kid? I'm like, nigga, it's called my pullout game was amazing. I was a young cat in Hollywood on TV and movies and famous. Nigga, I was not trying to get strippers and porn stars pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be like Drake out here. Please don't be.
Oh, yeah. Every time it got close to that position, I'd be Sometimes I wouldn't bust within 6 feet of some of these bitches shit. But one time I was about to hit this, she's like, where you going? Outside, bitch. I'm letting this nut out in the bushes. I heard how fertile you are, shit. You got 6 baby daddies, bitch. I'm not, so I am not gonna be number 7.
Have you done a comedy show about that? Talking about how you just having kids and whatnot, your friends?
Oh, I talk about it. I talk about it all on stage. I talk about all this. That one thing about me, I really talk about my life. A lot of it is the travels and being around the world and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of it is just my life and the experiences and the stuff I've gone through.
How do you determine what to talk about and what not to talk about? Is there anything you don't talk about?
You know what I try to stray away from? There's probably really only one thing I try to stray away from, but I still have a story or two about it, and that's the gay thing. Because in Hollywood, it's run by gay people at the highest level, and you piss off the wrong people, they can really pull the plug on a few things. But when it's coming from a personal experience, I can talk about it, because, hey, it really happened. Like, I got one story I talk about. This recently happened, maybe 5 months ago. I went on an audition, and in the middle of my audition, the casting director was just like, stop. I was like, okay. She goes, Alex, can I ask you a quick question? I'm like, yeah. She goes, would you ever play a gay role? And I was like, nah, not really. It's not really.
It's not really my thing.
Not really my thing. She's like, why is that? I said, there's a white casting director, right? I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna explain to you what happens in the African American community. Yeah. I said, I've done 25, 30 movies over my career, right? I say, it just be my luck that I go do this Brokeback Mountain 2. And this shit end up being bigger than Jurassic Park and Black Panther. I said, let me explain what happens in the black community. If you blow up as a character, you're that nigga for the rest of your life, right? Case in point, I say Alfonso Ribeiro, Carlton, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
He always gonna be that.
Yeah, he always
He will be Carlton to the day we die. Am I right? Yep. That nigga could be in the next Titanic. And black folks be like, that nigga Carlton drowned? Nigga Carlton drowned? But he live in Bel Air. Nigga, he got a pool. How that nigga drown? You're like damn, it just be my luck. I go do Brokeback Mountain 2. And now I'm in the Fox Hills Mall. Niggas be like, oh. Hey, T, hey, they go that nigga Cephas. What's up, man? Me at home, and that nigga, they blew your back out up in them hills, nigga. Nigga, I can't believe you still walking. I be like, nah, man, but, that was just a movie, and you know, my name is Alex Thomas, and that was just a role. What do all niggas say? Nah, nigga, you did that shit too good, nigga. They blew your back out up in the hills, nigga. Just real stories.
It's crazy, man. What the fuck?
But why was that the perfect impersonation of what would actually happen?
Yeah. Any other questions? I could be here for hours.
Oh shit.
All right. Well, let's
say your name again. Say your name again.
I'm Codigo Red.
Oh, you said that too damn fast. Like, go.
I am Codigo Red.
Codigo Red. That's cool. That's really cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot for me coming from you.
Hey.
Because I grew up watching you too, so.
Hey, well, you know what? Thank you for making me sound 80 in this bitch. Somebody just did that to me. Out there showing Kansas City, little young, the MC dude. He's like, oh, this next comedian. Oh my God, I grew up watching this nigga on TV. I think I was 3 years old when the Players Club. I got on stage. I'm like, nigga, thanks for making me feel 80. You might as well have been like, this next comedian coming to stage marched with Martin Luther King. This next nigga coming to stage was Bobby's one black friend on the Brady Bunch. This next nigga coming to stage was the baby in Roots. Like, Jesus.
Well, tell us where we can find you, where your next show will be.
Yes.
And anything else you would like us to know.
Yes, well, the 1 hour comedy special is coming soon. It's called The Funny Don't Stop. # The Funny Don't Stop. Brand new Netflix animated series, 64 episodes. Look out for that on Netflix. It's called Motown Live. I got a movie that I just finished writing. I can't really talk about that yet, but just check me out, man. You'll be very entertained on Instagram. It's always, I'm just living like my life. Yeah. Like I see how people Instagram is the most amazing fake it till you make it shit ever. I have a little young comments coming like, nigga, you really have a life. I'm like, you don't? Like, because they just put up there with, hey, man, yeah, and I'm a daddy. Love my wife. Yeah. I love cigars. I'm a golfing motherfucker. I'm the ghetto Tiger Woods. They call me Inglewoods.
Inglewood.
Okay. I love to travel. A big thing's coming up for me. A huge. I'm doing a tour out in Jerusalem. You laugh like it's a joke.
Oh, I know you never know.
I'm doing 9 shows. I'm doing 9 shows in Jerusalem.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Jesus' hometown.
Yeah.
This Christmas, so I'm excited about that. I'm like dead serious, like Bethlehem, Tel Aviv, and that's a huge thing for a nigga like me that's from South Central LA. Yeah. To go out there and make those people laugh, it's a beautiful thing. But I've done it around the world over the years, from Scotland to all over the place. So just be looking out for me, y'all. Alex Thomas. I thank you guys.
Man, we want to bring you
course.
back.
Having me.
We got to bring you back.
What happened to Stevie, man? That's my boy.
He on the plane, man. He's supposed to be here. He gonna walk through here. As soon as you walk out, he probably gonna walk in, man. But the next time that you come
there
back,
he is right there in the parachute.
The next time you come back, we gonna make sure he's in here, though.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
Thank you guys for having me.
And there
Thank
you have
you.
it. That was
Appreciate
Alex
that.
Thomas. So what we're gonna do is take a quick break. You listen to the Fixxx on Dash Talk X.
Let's get it.